Hey, what's up everyone? Tim here from Everyday Tactical Vids, and today we're looking at a new flashlight from PowerTac. It's the Warrior G4-LT. And what I have here is the Warrior G3 down below, and I'll put a link down below to the video I put together about the Warrior G3. You can see it's really beat up. I actually shot it with a shotgun and it still worked. So, the Warrior was the original light that got me interested in PowerTac because I saw them beating the tar out of it on a video, and I actually reached out to them and started to build a relationship with PowerTac as a company. The Warrior G4-LT is the latest and greatest version of a weapons light, a tactical light, definitely a good thrower, and we're going to talk about it in this video. So some of your details on the Warrior G4-LT. First of all, your max output is 2100 lumens. It's going to run for 70 days max. Your max throw is 450 meters. It is drop resistant to 2 meters and IPX8 rated down to 2 meters as well. Here's everything you get with the light. It does come with a nice plastic case that you can store it in. It's definitely good to carry the light in that if you're going to be traveling. Obviously, you get the light, and 18650 battery is included. You do get a sticker. You get the warranty information and the registration. You get the instructions. You get it's a split key ring, like a split ring, so that you can attach it to various things. You get an extra smaller one, you get an extra cover for the charging port, and you get an extra O-ring. Here's the lanyard, and then you get a charging cord as well. All right, let's talk through the details as far as your outputs. You have a Firefly setting, which is 0.6 lumens. That's going to run for 60 days. You have a low setting, which is 77 lumens. That's going to run for 15.4 hours. A medium, which is 276 lumens, that's going to run for 4.67 hours. High, which is 1060 lumens, that's going to run for 1.32 hours. And then your turbo is 2100 lumens, that's going to run for 1.25 hours. It also has a strobe feature at 780 lumens, that's going to run for 3.12 hours. As far as your size for this light, you're looking at 5.98 inches from end to end. You're looking at 1.44 inches for the bezel diameter and about 1 inch for the body. I did not bring my scale with me to a different location today, so I will roll in the weight with the battery inside so you can actually see what the weight of the light is with the battery. All right, let's talk about the light a little bit more in detail. So we do have the end pressure switch and then your selector switch. I like that these two are that close because when you're holding it like this, you can activate the end pressure switch, and without moving your hand up here awkwardly, you just press your end switch and then you can cycle through quite easily. So let me just show you the different outputs here. So that's on the Firefly. There's the next one, next, all the way up to the top, and then back down to Firefly. If you hold this button down here, it's going to go to strobe, so strobe warning. And then it's going to stay on when you let go. Click it and it will go off. Now it's back on the Firefly like I had it before. Click and that goes off. Your aggressive bezel here can come off. You just twist that and it will pop off. Now you don't have access down to the reflector. Sometimes you do that and the whole thing kind of falls off. This is just to make it a little bit less aggressive if you take it off, more aggressive if you put this back on. Let me get that lined up properly. Here we go. So that's that. It does have a pocket clip. As you can see, you're going to have about 1 inch sticking out there. Your texture, your knurling is pretty aggressive, I would say, so just be aware of that. I don't see this as something you're going to carry in a pocket anyhow, so that shouldn't be a huge deal. You also have the tactical ring here, so you can hold it, and then you're going to put the little keychain ring in there. I guess you could put the big one if you want to, but then you're attach your lanyard to that. I'm not a lanyard user, but that's where you would attach it. Let's talk about charging real quick. So there's your charging port. This is the charging cord. It's going to magnetically attach. I saw this on another PowerTac I looked at recently and said, I mean, it works fine. It connects. It's not a super strong magnetic connection, but it'll connect so you can charge. The other end of this is a USB. Now, I mentioned that I don't know why they would go to this proprietary setup. I'm sure they've got a reason, but they did note over here, pull this section out. Take the tab off, and you can pull this little section out here. I just use my Leatherman to do that, but you pull this out and now you've got a standard charging port for a micro USB. So again, I'm not totally sure why they use this setup, but you can, if you lose the cord, you can pop that out and just use the normal micro USB charging port instead. And this is what it looks like to put the rubber cover back on. And they said even with this rubber cover taken off, it'll still be IPX8 rated. So that's pretty cool. So I can tell you if this thing functions similarly to the Generation 3 Warrior, it's going to be a beast. We're going to take this out into the night and use it and show you what that looks like. And then I may make another video in the future where I just beat the tar out of this thing just to show you the durability of it. But let's take this out into the nighttime now and show you what it looks like in use. Okay, we're outside now, and what I've done is I've parked my minivan perpendicular to the driveway at the end of the driveway, and I've got my my personal car right next to me. So I'm just imagining if you step out of a car and someone's about 75 feet away, let's go through the different settings to see what it looked like to shine light down at that other end. So here's the firefly setting. You can see a little bit of reflection. Let's start working our way up here. There's low, medium, high, turbo, and let's do strobe here. So strobe warning. And then we'll go back up here. There's your turbo setting. I mean, obviously, tons of light that way. And when I'm shining it right there, it doesn't have a huge spill out from that center. It's not super, super hot in the center. It's definitely hotter a little bit in the center compared to the rest, but I would say it's quite balanced. I will show you real quick here, like it is on at the moonlight setting. Very, very low, obviously. So that's just 0.6 lumens. Let's go up to low here at 77, then 276 here, then 1060, and then 2100. I'm back at a little distance now. I'm shining it up to one of the upper bedrooms in my house just to show you what it looks like as far as throwing light. Again, you know, I'm imagining if you're coming up to a house or maybe you're coming out of a house and somebody's out in your driveway or in your front yard, you want to definitely throw some light to see what's going on out there. Let's show what the light looks like at the different outputs. So here's firefly. Can't really see much. Low, medium, high, and here comes turbo. That's turbo. I mean, obviously, you can see everything just fine. Let's scroll back down here. I mean, even at low, I can definitely see quite well. Medium, I would feel very confident if anybody was in that room that I was spotting him. There's high, and then up to turbo. So I'm looking at my neighbor's house right now. It's about 250 feet to 300 feet away, and no one's living there now. They just moved out. The house is up for sale. Let me just throw some light through the woods, this little spot of woods between me and the neighbor's house, over to the house. You can see what that looks like. So this is at medium. Let's go up to high, and then turbo. So I mean, even at a distance, nobody is hiding from me, even through the woods a little bit there. Let me zoom in a little bit so you can see. It's medium, that's high, and that's turbo. Right now I'm looking from the end of my driveway, down the driveway, into the backyard, and you can see the top of the playground when I shine some light back there. So that is a little over probably 250 feet as well. Just show you one more time, go through the different settings here. All right, so I'm out here walking in the woods, and I've got it on the low setting now, which is okay to walk. I can see pretty comfortably, like when I'm shining it, you know, 6 to 8 feet ahead, I can see probably 10, 12 feet out. But I definitely would want to kick it up one level, so let me do that right now. All right, so here's low. Let's go up to medium. Yeah, that definitely makes me feel more comfortable as far as being able to see here. I'm actually walking out to get my trail cam now. And just to show you that it throws, so this is medium. Let's go up to high here. So I can see, I mean, the woods gets a little bit thick off in the distance. There's some brambles there, so I can't see into them. But yeah, I mean, I would definitely walk confidently if I had this thing with me at night. This is meant to be a thrower, and it definitely is. Put up the turbo here. So let me walk over here a little bit. You can see that hotter center on the camera for sure. All right, looking off into the distance now again. Yeah, quite impressive. And it's definitely warming up, but it's definitely not like super hot to the touch at this point. We're back in the studio now, and we're going to wrap up talking about the PowerTac Warrior G4-LT. A couple different things I want to tell you. When you go to the website, there are a few different Warriors there. So if you want to get this one, make sure that you pick the right one. So just don't accidentally click on the wrong one and order the wrong one. You want to make sure you get the one you're looking for. So my thoughts on this. First off, I've been a fan of PowerTac. Their lights have held up well for me over the years, and their tactical lights have been really excellent, quite honestly. I mean, you saw the original, or I guess the G3 Warrior that I showed you earlier on in this video, and that thing just took a total beating. I literally shot it with a shotgun. I hit it with 2x4s, drove over it with a car, and it just kept working. So as far as durability, it's been excellent, and their lights overall have been very good for me. Who is this for? I think this is for somebody who wants definitely a thrower, wants to keep it in their car, wants to keep it at home, or keep it in a bag. I do not consider this an EDC light unless you want to carry that little holster around all the time. That for me is just too clunky. I would never carry that unless I was like in a job where I was out, at night regularly and was walking around a lot. I wouldn't want to have that on my side if I was sitting a lot. Now that said, this thing has a lot of kick, and I have been impressed with it so far. Price point for this is on their website listed at $169, and a bit of change there. And again, 40% off if you use the code that's listed down below in the description section. So you're going to save almost half off for that. So this is kind of in the same category as like maybe one of the Warriors or the Warrior Pros from Olight. It's definitely a step up from the Phoenix, like PD35 TAC. It's bigger and beefier than that. This is a little bit bigger than the Olight Warrior, so it's probably maybe a little bit closer to the Seeker, but it's got more of a tactical feel, I think, as opposed to like a car light or a home light. So yeah, I mean, I've liked it. I'm going to continue using it, and I'll report it to you guys as I have more experience with this light. But definitely quite an impressive thrower, the PowerTac Warrior G4-LT. Let's hear your thoughts and your comments based on what you've seen in this video. All right, guys, thanks as always for checking out the videos here on YouTube. Please subscribe to Everyday Tactical Vids if you haven't done so already. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, check us out on Instagram, Tumblr, and Vero as well. More videos coming soon. Take care.